Austin and I thought it would be a cool idea if we would work at a restaurant for the day.
All you hear is gossip. Man, all I hear is gossip. Yeah, man, call it gossip.
So the Ace family thought it would be a cool idea to work at a restaurant for a couple of hours. And we know it was just a couple of hours since they put out a video on Snapchat, I believe it was, saying, come down to this restaurant because we are serving you, but we're only going to be here for the next 30 to 45 minutes. So they didn't say that the restaurant was closing at that time. It's just the amount of time that they had allocated or that they had left working at this place. So we know it was not a full day's work at this place. And they put in the title 24 hours. I mean, I guess. It was definitely not a full day, though, and we know this.
Family, today's a very exciting day because Catherine and I are at the Crave restaurant in Sherman Oaks, and we want you guys to come here now.
Because we're working, guys.
Yes.
We're literally working, serving you, making your food. So come here right now.
As you can see, we're in full uniform. I'm back here in the kitchen, about to make a salmon salad, and I'm waiting for you guys to come. We're only going to be here for the next 30, 45 minutes, so come now, come as fast as you can.
Throughout the video, they talk about what a cool and fun experience it is, and they have been receiving a lot of backlash as a result of it. Mainly because of how proud they are to be doing a quote-unquote job. They also continually call it cool and fun to be doing work that is especially really tough for most people. I mean, this is type of work that you earn minimum wage generally. It's not cool. It's not fun. It's hard work. It is strenuous. I mean, how disconnected from reality do you have to be to think it would be fun to work? Especially a hard job that just generally is not fun. I mean, there's even a point in the video where Catherine does start to feel the pressure of all the things that she has to do. It's a lot of work. It's not, she herself mentions that it's tough.
It's like under pressure because I want to make sure everyone gets their like money right and like their food right. So, and another thing too is like it's a lot of work because then there's like Postmates, there's Uber Eats, there's like all these like different Grubhub. So like you gotta like make sure to like get everyone's orders too. So it's like a lot going on here.
And even Austin, as he's working in the kitchen, starts complaining about how hungry he is, starts eating the food in the kitchen, and the guy's like, no, you can't do this in here. Like, you have to take a break and eat, but you, like, while you're working, you're working. I mean, that's how most jobs are. Like, you can't just be munching away, and especially in the restaurant business where you have to worry about being sanitary, and there's just so many rules that you have to follow while you're preparing other people's foods because it's just so important to be sanitary and make sure that you're not making anyone sick with your food. And he's sitting there complaining. He even asked the boss, quote unquote, to give him a milkshake. And I'm like, this is like what people actually go through. Imagine working a 12-hour shift and only having a 30-minute break to eat, and it's like dictated when you have the 30-minute break. It's just, this is life. This is what people go through.
I wish I could just eat one of these.
I mean, working in a restaurant is tough and it is tiring, and many times it isn't even enough to live on. So yeah, as you can imagine, many people are not happy about them trying to pretend to have a job, basically. And on Snapchat, Catherine uploaded this.
Guys, we are literally working right now at a restaurant.
Yes,
like,
we are.
Austin has been making food for the past hour, and I've been taking orders. Do you understand how cool that is?
No, Catherine, we don't understand how cool it is. Please tell us what's cool about being on your feet for hours for a job that will barely pay off all your bills. What's cool about working minimum wage? What's cool about that? Please. What's cool about doing something that most of us have to do to survive? I can't relate. I don't understand. I mean, it's clear that they didn't actually spend an entire workday working at the restaurant. They are still giddy and happy by the end of it rather than exhausted, as this job can totally just drain the life out of you. And I mean, I'm not talking, restaurant work can be fulfilling. It can be great. People can love it. We're not trashing restaurant work here. We're just aware that it is hard work. It is not fun. It's tiring. And they just are not aware. This is not relatable at all.
That was super fun.
All right, Ace family. So before we finish our job today, our boss is gonna take us to the office and let us know how we did.
Yes, let's go upstairs on top.
I mean, this is them saying we are so rich that we think pretending to be working class for a day would be cool. Look at us, guys, pretending to be just like you. Can you believe it? It's so cool and fun. I mean, Austin even says this.
We got the opportunity to work a 9 to 5 because after college, we started creating videos. And so this is gonna be a first time experience for me. I'm super excited.
You never got the opportunity to work a 9 to 5.
Yeah, Austin, we can totally trade places and you will have all the opportunity that you want to work a 9 to 5 forever, for as long as you want. I mean, if you really feel like you missed out on this opportunity, definitely feel free to just give up this luxe lifestyle that you have and yeah, work a 9 to 5. It's cool, it's fun. You're missing out. Really. It's just wow, talk about needing a reality check. Who talks about having a 9 to 5 as something that they wish that they had or wish that they like had not missed out on? And I know we all know that they aren't really feeling as if they missed out on it. It's just kind of like, oh my gosh, we've made it. So how cool would it be to pretend that we didn't? Wouldn't that be amazing? It's just, yeah, you can just see by their expressions, like the expressions on their faces, that they are so proud of themselves. It's just too much. Also, Catherine says that she has never worked in the restaurant business, but then later on in the same video, she talks about having done waitressing before. I mean, am I missing something? Is there another definition to being a waitress that has nothing to do with the restaurant business? I don't get it. Which one is it, sis? Because I'm confused.
I personally never worked in the food industry, so this will be really interesting. I'm good at like customer service.
Yeah, me
I can
too.
Do that.
I like making people
waitressing,
smile.
I can do that. I used to do that.
He said, let's see. Okay.
So you get
Actually, she said food industry and not restaurant industry, but restaurants fall within the food industry. So maybe she meant she's never worked making food within the industry, but she has worked as a waitress. But I'm just so confused because that's still working within the food industry. But also she's talking about customer service. So maybe she meant that she has worked within customer service, but not necessarily as a waitress. Y'all, you can tell that I am confused. However, another thing that adds to the confusion is that Austin said that they went straight into making videos right out of college. So I'm assuming that if he's never had a job, that she's also never had a job, or maybe, I don't know the history yet of the Ace family, so maybe they weren't together. No, their first video is them together. So I don't know. What did she do? When did she do customer service, or when was she a waitress? I'm really sitting here trying to rationalize and understand what she meant by I used to do that all the time. I just don't know. What do you guys think? Does anybody here have any insight? I would love someone to clarify because I'm confused. Comment down below if you have any idea as to what she was referring to, whether customer service or waitress. I'm trying to understand here. Finally, the last thing that people are up in arms with about this is that they have seen the backlash, they are aware of it, and rather than being like, yeah guys, we're sorry, this is like just acknowledging that it wasn't the best choice, their response, as it usually is, was, why are you guys so jealous of us? Or like, it's always kind of like, I'm gonna do what I want and you could just continue hating. Like, that's just how they see it. They never, ever take responsibility for the things that they do. Because this is not jealousy. This is kind of trying to tell you to come back down to earth. Like, okay, you're wealthy. That's great and all. But understand that this is something that people go through. And it's not like a fun experience. It's not something that you should take on as like, haha, look at this, look what poor people do, or look what the working class do. It's a little obnoxious. I mean, come on, guys. And a lot of people that were your fans, that still are your fans, are disheartened by this. It's not a great representation of you, especially since you started the video in such a positive way of what you've done somewhere. They received an award and they talk about how great like a positive impact that they've done. And then it just gets kind of tarnished by this sort of video. Anyway, guys, that is it. Let me know in the comments below what you thought of the video. I'd love to hear your thoughts. Do you agree? Do you think it was an awesome video? Do you think it was a great concept? Do you hate the concept? What are your thoughts? I will catch you guys in the comments below. Bye.
Man, call it gossip.